Hey, family, welcome back to T&J Construction. Welcome back, family. To all of my subscribers, I want to say you are most welcome. To all the returning viewers, thank you guys for always tuning in. But, guys, I told you the last time that I contacted the Liberia Land Authority, right? And it has to do with, of course, land issue and development. So, these were the 5 points that my email was surrounding. And these 5 steps, I know once we take it as a country, as a people, it will speed up the development process that we all are yearning for in Liberia. A lot of people are fed up, tired in the diaspora. They want to go home, go rest. But hey, guys, we have to, be able to make our bed soft, to be able to lay on it soft. The grass is never greener on the other side. Liberia has everything it needs to be the best in the West African sub-region, if not in the world. Believe it, I know it for a fact. But enough said, let's check out the 5 reasons or the 5 ways that drive me to this conclusion. Let's check it out. Number 1, guys, let's look at the first one. Land use and regulations. I took a note on that, so let me just read it to you so I don't miss anything. The Liberia Land Authority can establish zoning regulations in coordination with the Ministry of Public Works. They can identify areas for residential, commercial, industrial, and recreational purpose, ensuring that development is organized and sustainable. This helps attract land buyers who are looking for specific types of property. We are buying land. So, and everybody wants land for different reasons. But you can't build a factory, next to a residential neighborhood that will be filled with noise and pollution and some of these things. So zoning should be one of our number 1 priority that we should focus on, because that shows where residential area is going to be, where commercial area is going to be, where recreational area is going to be. And that will be the first step to keeping things organized. Because remember, guys, Liberia has a clean slate. Because of the Civil War, we are left back when it comes to development compared to our neighbors in the West African sub-region, if not in Africa. So we have a clean slate. We can just look at what other people have done and just do it better. We don't have to follow the status quo. We don't have to start building houses on top of each other. We don't have to start building up in the alleyway, clogging up things. This is why it's bringing a lot of confusion, a lot of misunderstanding, because the things are not organized and there's no zoning, and land use regulation that is in place or that is being enforced to ensure or encourage land buyers, or people that are willing to invest to take things seriously. So that's number 1. Let's get to number 2. Infrastructure development. Again, I made notes to other these, so I'm going to read it off my notes. The Ministry of Public Works can collaborate with the Liberia Land Authority to plan and execute infrastructure projects in newly developed areas. These include roads, utility, water supply, sewer system, and other necessary facilities to provide essential infrastructure and attract land buyers and facilitate economic growth in the region. So for all the new areas we are buying land, all the new areas we are buying land. If because the Liberia Land Authority has the record, if they can coordinate things with public works, they can grade, open up those areas, and then what happened after they open up the areas where there's road or access roads to everybody land and stuff. Now they can now tax each of those land and collect all the revenue on it that will go back to the government and then come back in the form of more development and infrastructure and other things that will attract more investors, that will attract more development. People are always sitting on the sideline. We are waiting for investors. Sometimes most of our politicians back there, they are all, looking for investors to come from outside. We Liberians, we have enough money to be able to develop Liberia ourselves. Before, I'm not talking about the resources that we already have in the country. We are small in population. We have more than enough to go around. We just have to be able to put things in place and stay on task, and take care of it. So whosoever win the election, we have to start taking things seriously. All right. So that's number 2. And number 2 was what? Infrastructure development. So I know it might be like touching on the surface, but that's the number 2 way rapid development can come to Liberia. Let's go to number 3. Public-private partnership. Government can do it all. Government can do it all. Let me just give you some numbers quickly. If we have just 100 Liberians in the diaspora that can collect $10 every week for 1 year, do the math. 10 times 4, that's 40. Times 100, that's 4,000. Times 12. I'm just going with a low number. So if we are really serious of improving or bringing development to Liberia, we can raise the capital. We don't need so-called investors. Investors come in to rip you off. They look at your vulnerability and take advantage of it. They are not coming to help you. They are business people. They are trying to make profit. They give you 10 cents. They want to walk away with $1,000 at least. And that's the fact. So we need to wake up and start thinking like real human beings. It goes to everybody on both sides of the political spectrum. There are a lot of people that, once they don't have that control anymore, they become advocates. And those that were advocates now have the control, become the complete opposite of what they were advocating against. So that's the problem we've been having. So this goes to every single Liberian. We're going to want development. If we're going to be leaving Liberia to go to other African countries because we think it's cool, or traveling abroad because we think those areas are better, that's not true. Liberia is better. It's just that we are not making use of what we have. So that is that. Let's go to number 3. Land registration and titling. That's one of the biggest issues right now that's causing a lot of trouble. Let me read the notes I have on it. The Liberia Land Authority can streamline the registration and titling process in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Works, create clear and efficient procedure for land ownership documentation, and encourage land buyers as they have, encourage land buyers that they have legal assurance and security for their property or investment. This can boost confidence and attract more buyers to newly developed areas. There are a lot of areas we are trying to develop. Some people are just holding on to that money because they don't want to buy land and then they run into drama, run into a lot of issues. Sometimes even if there's a legit land, they don't want to buy it. Again, some of the things that I need earlier, there's no roads going to those land. There's no development. People building in front of each other. Even people from the diaspora join the party. People that are supposed to know better. People that have traveled and see how other cities can be organized and planned out and things are streamlined. They join the party. They buy their land. Also, they just go about and doing it their own way. So those are some of the things that is causing issue and that is slowing down our development. If you look at our city from the bird eye view, you can tell that we are playing around. It's a joke, complete joke. All right, guys. I just want to keep it real with each other to know that we can change this, we can fix this. We don't need an angel to drop from heaven to show us or teach us what we already know we should be doing. All right? This particular video is about for us to keep it real with each other. And leave your comment in the comment section, if you have better ideas and other way of doing things. But we have to start taking ourselves seriously before we can attract the so-called development that we want in our country. If you go to a country like Rwanda and stuff like that, they just put things in place, they started the process, and now other people feel attracted to it, and then they are running there spending a lot of money doing development all over the place. Public-private partnership. People want to see that if they put their money somewhere, they can get it back. They can make some profit. That's what it's about. So if you don't have things in place to attract those people, you're going to just be sitting there and dreaming. You can pray and fast all you want. And guess what public-private partnership does? It brings out, create more jobs. Now the weight is off the government and stuff like that. It's in the hands of the people. It's in the hands of the investors. And things can go on smoothly. And everybody can have a job. And everybody can do well. Everybody can have vision and hope again for our sweet little mama Liberia. All right? Let's check out the fifth one. Revenue sharing mechanism. The Liberia Land Authority and the Ministry of Public Works can establish revenue sharing mechanism to ensure that the government benefits from land sales and increased property value. This can involve the collection of taxes, fees, royalties from land transaction, construction permits, property sales. The generated revenue can be reinvested into further infrastructure development and public service contribution to the overall development of Liberia. By working together, Liberia Land Authority and the Ministry of Public Works can promote, plan urban development, attract land buyers, generate revenue for the Liberian government, and what else? The collaboration can also bring about sustainable economic growth, improve living conditions, and increase opportunity for the people of Liberia. So that's the stuff I've been thinking about because I'm in the construction field, obviously. So my 5 ways or 5 steps for development in Liberia is going to be surrounding, obviously, construction. But I know there are other ways that, people see things. But this is the way I'm seeing things. This is the way I'm looking at things and stuff like that. So it's all about implementation, guys. It's not about what we have or don't have. We have more than enough to go around. More than enough. All come down to implementation. So as you guy goes to the poll to vote for who you want to vote for, these are things we should be holding our politician accountable for, no matter which party they are. Don't vote because the person is for UP or for CDC or for this. What are they bringing to the table? Where can they offer in term after the smoke clears, after all the rhetoric clear, after all the campaign chant go away? What do they actually do on the ground? Are they going to be in their section dividing money among themselves? And then you there, you say you for CDC or you for UP or you for ALP or all the PPP they have in Liberia? We got to get real, man, and start letting people playing games with us. We got to get real. So this is not to take side for any political party, but it's just to come to you as a Liberian. And for those that will be voting in Liberia, you need to put on your thinking cap and start thinking straight. Because if we don't do it for ourselves, nobody can do it for us. And that's the straight up facts. Until then, remember, I love you. T&J Construction. One love. Peace. I'm out.